Well, good afternoon, everyone. There's been a lot of discussion about the events of the last couple of days, so I'd like to address it myself. I think there's been a consensus that political rhetoric has really gotten way overheated all across the political spectrum. We've heard facilities on the U.S. border called concentration camps. We've seen the far left throw accusations of racism at everyone who disagrees with them on anything, including the Speaker of the House.
Talked about socialism and problems with.
Most of you know Justice Scalia was my sort of all-time favorite. Here's what he used to say. He said, "I don't attack people, I attack ideas." And I think that's a good lesson for all of us. From the President to the Speaker to freshman members of the House, all of us have a responsibility to elevate the public discourse. Our words do matter. We all know politics is a contact sport, but it's about time we lowered the temperature all across the board. All of us ought to contribute to a better level of discourse. So yes, I think we're better off to talk about the policies of our adversaries. And as I said earlier, and I think quite clearly, lower all this incendiary rhetoric. Everyone involved should do that. I think everybody ought to tone down their rhetoric. We have examples of that across the ideological spectrum in the country, all across it. Everyone ought to tone down their rhetoric, and we ought to move back to talking about the issues.
But you've stopped short of calling his comments racist.
Look, I'm sorry?
You've stopped short of calling his comments racist.
Well, the president's not a racist.
The
president's not a racist. And I think the tone of all of this is not good for the country. But it's coming from all different ideological points of view. That's the point. To single out any segment of this, I think, is a mistake.
President Trump has stopped short of calling his comments racist. What's your response?
My response is I haven't heard Leader McConnell say a thing about what Trump did. He should be doing that before he talks about other people. He has an obligation as Republican leader to address the awful and despicable comments of President Trump, and we've only heard silence from him. This is for these treaties. They were negotiated all in the Obama administration, and they provide. I think what President Trump did was just despicable. To appeal to the worst in human instincts, to divide America, is not what any president has done. We have seen other presidents make these kinds of appeals a little bit sub rosa. No one has been so baldly overt in the appeal to bigotry as President Trump, and I think it's very bad for the country.